Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday wedding series. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these gold etched champagne glasses for your wedding. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do that now and let's get started. We're going to head over to Cricut Design Space and you're going to add the text that you want to have on your glasses. I'm just using Bride and Groom just to make this a simple tutorial. And the font that I'm using is Birds of Paradise if you'd like to use that, but of course you can use whatever font you'd like to use. I'm just going to resize these. Of course, I measured my glasses, so I'm going to make these about 1.5 inches tall and about 3.5 inches, or maybe just 3 inches long. Now we're going to go ahead and make it. Once we get over to the mat, we are going to space our words further apart. I'm just changing the size of the mat here because I'm using a 12 by 12 mat. I'm just going to move this over. You want to have enough room on your vinyl so that you have a border around your word. Once you have your word placed where you want it, you're going to go ahead and hit continue at the bottom, and we are going to cut our vinyl. Now that we're finished cutting, we are going to carefully peel our vinyl off the mat. And then we are going to cut each of the words out individually, one for each glass. Normally with vinyl, you would peel the outside and leave the words, but because this is a stencil, we are going to peel the words out, leaving the outside of the vinyl so that we have a stencil for our etching. Now that we have our vinyl cut out, we are going to need some transfer tape. We're just going to peel this off and place it over top of our cutout vinyl. So you're going to peel the backing off and just place your transfer tape over top of your vinyl. I do not recommend trying to do this without transfer tape because you need the little pieces that are inside of the letters like O, E, D. Your glasses definitely would not come out right without them. Now we're just going to peel our piece of vinyl off. If you have the little middle pieces that stick, just press and roll and it will keep the middle pieces stuck to the transfer tape. We're going to take our vinyl and we are going to place it directly in the middle. For me, I like to start the word going from the bottom up. It's just a preference of mine, but you can do what you want. I like to try to place it directly in the middle, and then I smooth from the letters down. Because this is a rounded glass, it is very hard to get this to stay flat, but you just want to make sure that everything around the letters is stuck down. As you can see here, I have everything stuck down. I did have to make a couple cuts in a few areas so that I could lay my vinyl down, and that's okay as long as it's flat enough to where no etching cream will get underneath. Here I have some Armor Etch, and that's what we're going to be using to etch our glasses. I am at the end of this jar, but you'll have a fresh jar. I like to use a Q-tip. A lot of people use paintbrushes and things like that, but for me this is a guaranteed way to not make a mess. So I go ahead and dab a lot of Armor Etch on the stencil. You're going to make sure that you have a nice heaping amount inside of each letter. You want to make sure that it's actually going to etch the glass, so make sure you put lots. It should be white. You should not be able to see through the etching cream. Now we're just going to repeat the process with the bride glass. Do not listen to the instructions on the back of that etching bottle. Wait at least 10 to 15 minutes before rinsing off your glass. And when you do, rinse it off quickly and make sure that you don't get any etching cream on the other parts of the glass, and just make sure it's completely clean. Now we just take a paper towel or napkin and dry our glass off, and we're just going to peel the vinyl off. Some of the little pieces might be hard to peel up, but I just used my little hook and carefully pulled up the pieces of vinyl. You don't want to scratch your glass. Now I'm just going to give it one more wipe, and you could absolutely leave your glass like this, just etched. It is just beautiful the way that it is, and I would definitely prefer it this way, but of course we have to take it up a notch. So here's the part that pissed me off. I did not record the part where I added the rub and buff to the glass. So I made a new glass where I added just a simple design, or not even a design, just a letter that's not even neat, onto a glass so that I could etch, and I could show you guys how to add the rub and buff. Here you see me adding the rub and buff to the glass, just on the part where the letter is etched. You don't have to do anything fancy, and you really don't need a lot. Literally, a little dab will do you. You just need to rub it on with your Q-tip. And when they say rub and buff, that's what you have to do. You really have to put some elbow grease in it. And these nails helped me out this time. But you want to use a napkin. Do not use tissue. It will stick to your design. After rubbing for about 10 minutes, I was able to get all of the gold off of the glass. It is tedious, but the results are well worth it. Now that you've finished with the rub and buff, you could add embellishments or the date if you wanted to. I appreciate you guys for joining me for another Tutorial Tuesday, and I hope that this video gave you confidence to DIY something amazing for your wedding. If you like this video, share this video, and let me know down below what you'd like to see from me in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.